Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Midgame. Today we are going to analyze the greatest chess game of all time, played by two greatest chess players of the history, Robert James Fischer and Mikhail Tal. Robert James Fischer, also called Bobby Fischer, which is an American chess grandmaster and 11th world chess champion, who hold his title from 1972 to 1975, and he has a high IQ, or actually very high IQ of 187, and the man who invented a 960 chess. And in our other hand, the Mikhail Tal, which is a Soviet and Latvian chess player and 8th world chess champion, and hold his title from 1960 to 1961, and the most creative and most attractive player of the all time. And he's known for his attacking style, and also people call him a mad genius. And Tal move are so god level, then with Stockfish or our engine couldn't find this level of move, and his move are basically beyond the computer level. And this game held in Belgrade, Uganda, and the tournament name is Belgrade Candidate 1959. And we have a very aggressive opening here. It's Sicilian defense, Fischer choosing attack, flank variation, B87, and we have the strongest computer AI in the world, Stockfish 17, which is helping us to analyzing this savage or brilliant game played by those greatest chess player in the history, while Bobby Fischer playing as a white and Mikhail Tal playing as a black, where in this game title, Mikhail Tal countered the most brutal and lethal attack of Bobby Fischer with amazing defensive tactic. And here we have game start with e4, c5, the typical Sicilian defense we are encountering here, and the Fischer developed his knight to f3, and d6 played by Mikhail Tal. He's controlling the center, and Fischer is basically trying to attacking the center. And after d6, we have a move d4, and c takes d4, knight takes d4, and knight f6, attacking the pawn on e4, and knight c3 played by Bobby Fischer, and a6 played by Mikhail Tal. Here Fischer plays his bishops to c5 square, and we have a move e6 played by Mikhail Tal, and bishops back to b3, and here is a move b5. He is a very aggressive move. He wants to come to b4 square and attacking the knight, which is defending the pawn on e4 square, and also want to put his bishops to the b7 square. Actually, those b7, g7, those square are very active square for bishops. They can cover an entire light square or dark square, the longest possible way or possible square for bishops. If you put your bishops like those square, they can cover the long range. And f4 played by Mikhail Tal, and here computer thinks like play the bishops to b7 and try to prepare the castle, but instead of that, Mikhail play the best move in the position. He's attacking the knight, and his knight is protecting the pawn on e4 square, and Fischer move his knight to a4 square. He wants to go to b6 square in the future, and Tal takes the pawn with knight, and Fischer, instead of attacking the knight, Bobby Fischer found the best move in the position. f6 is attacking the center pawn, protected by rook, and Mikhail Tal takes with the g6 pawn. And here Bobby Fischer found the best move in the position. Knight takes f5. You can't take the knight because of the tempo, winning the rook, or threaten to checkmate. If you block your checkmate, then you lose your rook. This is the idea of this knight sacrifice. Obviously, Tal didn't fall for a trap. Instead of this, Tal play rook g8, pinning the g2 pawn, and try to attack this g2 pawn with bishops, light square bishops from b7 square. And again, Bobby Fischer found the only move in the position by playing bishops to d5, attacking the rook and undefended knight, because you can't take the bishops. If you takes, then Fischer can simply attack the rook and the knight at the same time. If Tal takes the knight, he can take back with mating attack, protected by rook, or attacking the knight, also attacking the rook with check, and this is like plus 2.18 for Bobby Fischer. So Tal didn't fall for this trap. Instead of this, Mikhail Tal play the best move in the position, rook to a7, and here Bobby Fischer takes the knight, and Mikhail Tal also takes the knight, and Fischer takes with the bishops, protected by the rook, and Tal's king is in the open position. In this position, Mikhail play rook to e7, try to avoid any check from e5, and Fischer trade the bishops, light square bishops, because these light square bishops, if comes to b7 square, this will be lethal for for Bobby Fischer. So Bobby Fischer decided to trade these pieces, and position is equal for both. And Fischer developed bishops, attacking the pawn and rook. And Tal here find the brilliant move, the only move in the position, queen to c6, threatening to checkmate on g2, and threaten to win the knight on a4 square at the same time, and left hanging of d6 pawn. This is the best move in the position. Fischer blocks with the queen and he wants to trade, but he can simply take the knight. So Tal take the knight and still position is equal. Mikhail Tal is up all night, but for the reason his king is in the center, the position is roughly equal. It's like +0 to both of player. If they both play accurately, then the game goes on a draw. So instead of that, Fischer play the move bishops to d5 square, attacking the rook and the knight at the same time. So Tal found the best move again by placing the queen on c6. Try to trade the queen, and if Fischer take the knight, he can simply go on b7, b6 square with check and take the bishops. So Fischer has to take the rook. Fischer has to take the rook because after queen takes, rook takes, and bishop straight, this position is equal. Knight and bishops for a rook. This position is still a draw because it's +0 to both. Instead of taking the rooks, Fischer decided to take the knight on b8 square and lost on tempo by queen b6 square. So Tal play the queen b6, attacking the bishops and the king at the same time, and king goes back and he takes the bishops, and now Mikhail is still +2, but position is roughly equal, and he gives a check. Instead of giving a check, he should bring his rook back to e1 because rook can't take because of this check. Instead of this, Bobby Fischer play queen to c6 square, which losing its all advantage because rook can block and e1 check can block by bishops, and this is happening here. The blocking by rook and rook e1 check, blocking by bishops. Now Bobby Fischer don't have any check left, so he decided to take the pawn, and after he takes, he can simply take the rook or give him a check, and he takes the rook. Fischer give him a check, and after king f8, he takes the rook, attacking the bishops with 2 pieces, and Tal defend with queen because now Tal is full bishops up and he's going to win the game. And Fischer plays the queen on b7 square, and slowly he develops all pieces. Slowly Fischer is dominating by Mikhail Tal here because he's down on material. And after some shuffling, he trade the queens and bring back both queen, attacking the king with the bishops, both trying to taking the king in the game. He attacks the pawn, he defends with the rook, and after some shuffling, slowly Tal dominating the game. He didn't give up his pawn, and after b2, Bobby Fischer resigned the game because this pawn promotion is can't protected. I'll show you the best computer move here. These are top Stockfish computer moves. And it's checkmate. First Fischer dominating Mikhail Tal with genius brutal attack, but Mikhail Tal encounter and win the game and wins the tournament.